When doctors use advanced machines like MRI and PET scanners to diagnose and treat the human body, they are relying on a hidden system. The chemical behaviors of the drugs and contrast agents they use are governed by a foundational structural code. This is the ChemTalk periodic table of elements. For scientists and medical professionals, this grid is the ultimate cheat sheet for physical matter, predicting the specific interactions of every known substance. The geography of this map is defined by its color coding, separating the green metals on the left from the red nonmetals on the right. It is organized into horizontal rows called periods and vertical columns known as groups or families. The table has a distinctly uneven, tiered shape. That layout is a direct physical reflection of the strict invisible rules operating deep inside every atom. To understand those rules, we have to bypass the molecules and dive straight into the center of a single atom. This 3D visualization shows the anatomy of a nucleus. The center is packed with particles, but the number of positive protons establishes the atomic number. That specific count is the absolute identity of the element. Neutral particles can be added to that same nucleus to create isotopes. Isotopes are atoms of the same element that have the same number of protons, but a different number of neutrons. As neutrons are added to a magnesium atom, its mass increases from 24 to 26, but because the proton count stays at 12, it remains magnesium. While the heavy nucleus provides mass and identity, the actual chemical behavior and how a doctor uses it in the body is dictated by the surrounding electron cloud. This concentric ring model outlines the principal quantum number, or N. Electrons orbit the nucleus at different energy levels called shells. As the shells move further from the nucleus, they hold a higher capacity of electrons. Those main shells are further divided into specific subshells, designated by the letters S, P, D, and F. Inside those subshells are exact mathematical zones called orbitals. The Pauli exclusion principle dictates that a single orbital can hold a maximum of 2 electrons, and those 2 electrons must spin in opposite directions. This strict seating arrangement dictates exactly how elements bond with each other, and it explains why the periodic table is organized into this specific tiered layout. This diagram illustrates the Aufbau principle. Electrons naturally fill the lowest energy orbitals available to them before moving outward to higher energy states. Looking at this configuration diagram for hydrogen, we see it has a single electron in the 1s orbital. That single outer electron places it at the very top of group 1. This ring diagram highlights neon. Its first shell holds 2 electrons, and its second shell holds exactly 8, leaving its outer valence shell completely full and stable. The table is divided into distinct blocks based on electron configuration. An element's outermost valence electrons define exactly which block, S, P, D, or F, it belongs to on the map. Elements in the same vertical column share the same outer electron arrangement. That shared structure makes them behave in predictable ways, allowing modern medical researchers to pinpoint exactly which element will perform a highly specific task inside the human body. Starting on the far left edge, the S block contains the group 1 alkali metals. They all possess a single valence electron that they easily lose, making them highly reactive. That reactivity is utilized continuously inside us. Lithium salts act as mood stabilizers in the brain, while sodium and potassium ions control fluid balance and trigger nerve impulses. Rubidium, sitting lower in the group, is used as a radioactive tracer in PET scans. Doctors use it to visualize blood flow and detect cellular changes in the heart and brain. On the right side, the P block contains a mix of nonmetals and halogens. These elements typically form bonds by gaining or sharing electrons. Fluorine is used to prevent decay. Bismuth subsalicylate treats gastrointestinal ulcers. Iodine is critical for thyroid function and is heavily utilized as a contrast agent in medical imaging. The elements occupying these outer edges provide the body with its active signaling networks and chemical defense mechanisms. The center of the table houses the D block, known as the transition metals. These elements can lose different numbers of electrons, which allows them to form complex, brightly colored compounds. Titanium provides the strength and biocompatibility needed for bone screws and hip implants. Platinum compounds like cisplatin inhibit DNA replication to treat specific cancers, while iron anchors the hemoglobin in our blood. Down in the F block, the lanthanides and actinides utilize unique magnetic and radioactive properties. Gadolinium is the standard contrast agent used for MRI, and specific radioisotopes are used for targeted cancer therapies. These dense, complex metals serve as the heavy machinery of healthcare, relied upon to build physical structural supports and deliver targeted treatments. The tour finally ends at the far right edge in Group 18, the home of the noble gases. Because these gases have completely full valence electron shells, they already have a stable atomic arrangement. They do not easily gain, lose, or share electrons, rendering them unreactive and non-toxic. This stability means xenon gas is safe for a patient to inhale during a CT scan. It also makes liquid helium the perfect substance to supercool the magnets inside MRI machines so they can function correctly. Atoms are never created or destroyed during a chemical change. They are only rearranged. This predictive recipe book allows doctors to manipulate the behavior of elements at the subatomic level, forming the foundation of modern medical survival.